Yo, what's up, boys? This is gonna be a quick video and a quick overview of Shoki's kit, or 5-star Shoki or 5-star Luce. Sorry if I'm speaking a bit softly, but it's kind of early in the morning, and I kind of just wanted to get this video out really quickly. But yeah, basically, his A0 Shoki, he can spend his HP to get night contract stacks, which will increase his skill 3 that we're gonna talk about later. Right? So whenever Shoki gains blessing, convert it into night blessing stacks, and at the end of his turn, gain a shield equal to X amount for X amount of turns. So X is just a variable we don't know, and it stacks up X amount of times. So basically, his skill 1, it deals blast damage to everyone and it increases crit damage, and it will grant Shoki night blessing stacks if he's below a percentage of his match HP. Right, so grant X amount of bonus night blessing stacks if he's below a certain amount of HP. So that automatically means you can probably run in with Leon because he takes HP away with his skill 2. So for a second skill, it costs HP percent. So for 2 turns, you gain a shield equal to X amount of stacks and gain a night contract stack. But I don't believe we know how many stacks we can have. But yeah, the more stacks, the better, right? So for his night contract, it increases damage dealt by a percentage when using his skill 3. And you can spend all your night contract to increase the skill damage. It stacks up X amount of times. Yeah, see, we don't know how many times it can stack. After using the skill, Shokin can use other skills. This doesn't count as a persona skill. So this is what we've been seeing with a lot of units recently. Like 5-star buoy, or sorry, the prison buoy. I'm pretty sure that's the name, prison buoy, and the 2. They don't really count. The skill 2 doesn't really count as a skill, and you can still use your other skills. So I'm gonna assume that the rotation will be like maybe skill 2 and then skill 1, so that you're missing a certain amount of max HP. So whereas this gives you a shield and it doesn't regen your health, so you're gonna always probably want a skill 2, then probably skill 1. And as you can see right here, deal for skill 3, it deals best damage to all foes with a percentage of attack, increases skill damage by something percent, whatever percent, per night contract stack. And again, you get night contract stacks by using his skill 2. And additionally, you get night blessing stacks if your HP is below a certain amount. So you get night contract stacks from using his skill 2, and it stacks up X amount of times. And with his skill 3, you're basically going to want to use your skill 3 only after you've gotten a max amount of night contract stacks, right? And if you also have night blessing stacks, it deals bonus bless damage, and that you can get from his skill 1 right here if you're below your percentage of your max HP. So it seems like you're going to want to have night contract stacks and some night blessing stacks. So maybe skill 2, skill 1, skill 2 to skill 1, and then skill 3, maybe the rotation will be something like that. But yeah, after all that, you lose all of your night contract stacks after using the skill, and restore a percentage HP based on night blessing stats. So if you didn't understand anything I just said, basically this character uses his skill 2 to lower his health, and he gains stats whenever he lowers his health or whenever he's below his match HP. And then he uses his skill 1 to get night blessing stacks, and then after a while he uses his skill 3 to deal damage. We're gonna see this all when he eventually drops on CN later this week. For his highlight, it deals damage to all foes and increases damage based on the basic HP. So more of the story, this character never wants to be high HP. So for his weapon, it increases crit damage when the user has night power. Okay, yeah, depth type word should be night contract or night blessing, increases attack. So whenever you're just playing the unit, you get more attack. So his weapon seems pretty good for him. When spending HP to use skills, increase the user's crit rate. That's actually really good. I will be pulling for his weapon. That actually seems really, really good. And here his silence increases attack by 20% based on the number of night blessing stats. Talent 2, Nirvana, increase pierce based on missing HP. So this is probably like penetration. And yeah, that's more or less his kit. He spends HP to deal damage, and that's basically what's going on here. So here are all of his constellations, or sorry, awarenesses. Here are all of his awarenesses. His A1 actually seems pretty interesting. The start battle stroke, he gains Eternal Star Shine and survives fatal damage one time and spend Eternal Star Shine to recover a person of HP. Also increases attack by 1% for Axing off turns. When Shoki has uses he can spend HP to below 0. Oh, okay. So basically what this sounds like is whenever he is about to die. Yeah, when he's about to die. Okay, no. He gains this at the start of battle. Okay, so if he gains it at the start of battle. Oh, so okay, so this essentially means that like he can go up to negative HP and not be dead. That's what it sounds like. Yeah, that's what it sounds like. And he gains more crit when he gains night contract. So his A1 actually seems really worth it. Honestly, I might actually go for his A1. That actually seems really good, really worth it. I might actually spend for his A1. Anyways, his A2, it decreases the HP cost of his second skill, I believe. That's the name of his second skill. Go up, yes it is. It decreases the HP cost of his second skill, increase the maximum number of night contract stacks by X amount. So his A3 just increases the talent level. A4 enhance the user's attack by 7% for X amount of turns. Okay, pretty simple. A6, Shoki will not faint when his HP is below 0 and can decrease it to negative HP. So that means this is A1. You can spend HP to below 0. That's kind of weird. Maybe it's a translation error, but yeah, it seems okay. Interesting. After Shoki's HP is negative, gain Night Monarch, increases damage dealt by X amount and crit damage by X amount, increases the maximum number for X amount. At the start of battle, Shoki gains X bonus Night Blessing stacks at the maximum limit. This effect is permanent. I don't know how to feel about this. This one's a bit weird. The crit damage and the crit damage and the damage dealt seems cool, but I'm not entirely sure about the going below max HP, because that's what it sounds like in his skill 1 as well. But when the character eventually comes out and we have more about the character, or more precise gameplay about how he works, then we're gonna see how that affects his place in the meta, or well, meta in quotation marks, since this game doesn't really have a meta. I personally will be playing for him. And yeah, this can be it for this video. Sorry if it's a bit rushed or all over the place, but yeah, I just really wanted to get this video out. And yeah, peace.